Hi, so there are two functions I have defined here. First is set timeout, second is promise. Um, Set timeout is running after just 0 millisecond. So ideally it should run immediately, right? But after that there is a promise and it console logs the promise and this console logs the timeout. So if we think ideally, this is running after 0 milliseconds. So this should run first and this should run second, right? So let's try to run this. First is promise and second is timeout. Testing. So first is this and second is this. Why so? This is running after 0 millisecond, right? But this is running immediately. What is the problem here? This should run first and this should run second, right? But this is not the case here. And this is where event loop comes in JavaScript. Since JavaScript is a single thread language, you cannot run asynchronous tasks like this promise and this set timeout in a single thread. So it will block everything else in that thread and your code will or your website will freeze because JavaScript mostly runs in browsers, right? So there is an event loop. In that there is a queue and a Microtask queue there that has a precedence that we will talk about. And according to the precedence, this promise and set timeout runs. So promise big have a higher precedence than set timeout. So this run first and this run second. So let's see how the event loop works. This event loop in every JavaScript code there are only three types of things, right? Some can be asynchronous, some can be synchronous, like a normal function, and some these are all asynchronous tasks, right? When you run a promise, you want to wait for it to complete, but you do not want to break the whole or stop the whole execution there and block the thread so the task could not happen here, right? So there are only these type of tasks in the JavaScript program. So when you run, so there are two queues in an event loop, and these two have a different precedence for running everything. And I have made this visualization to understand that. So, there is a microtask queue and there is a macrotask queue. When something is added in a microtask queue, it has given a bigger precedence than the macrotask queue. Because and in Microtask Queue, these three events and some other events are there. I don't remember the exact name, but these three events always come into the Microtask Queue, and these four and another two three events in the Microtask Queue. So if your code runs and there is a task one of these tasks are inside the Macrotask queue. This will run first, and after that, only these will run. So this is a higher precedence, and this is just a normal callback. This is not a asynchronous task. So this will block the code there, and this will execute it down first. So these are the microtasks and macrotasks. These are different between microtask and macrotask. And this is the main thing. Microtask always run before macrotask. Macrotask has a precedence above macrotask. So these will run first. Then only one microtask will be run after this. Then the event loop will check if there are new microtasks here or not. Then one more, then one more, then one more, and similarly the whole code get executed. If you understand this, now you will be able to understand how that code worked before. So in this code, there is a set timeout and then there is a promise. Because promise goes in the micro task, it will have a higher precedence from setTimeout. So first this will run. So this will go into the queue. First is promise, then setTimeout. These are first setTimeout goes into the queue. When this code runs, first setTimeout goes into the queue. Second promise goes into the queue. Then the event loop runs and check, is there a event in Microtask Queue? Because the precedence of Microtask is higher, so it gets this. This event exists in Microtask Queue, so this will be executed first. So this is the output you get. After that, it checks again, is there another task in the Microtask queue? Then there is no task in the Microtask queue because this got executed. After that, it will check the Macrotask queue. Macrotask queue has this setTimeout function, and this setTimeout function then runs, and you get the timeout console log. This is how the precedence works in this. So if you understand this, try to do this. This queueMicrotask just add up callback in the Microtask queue. Very simple. It does what it says. If you understood what I said just now, try to understand what will be the output of this. When will timeout come? When will promise 1, promise 2, and Microtask will come? And pause this video and try to understand how this worked and how the output will look like. I'm waiting. Pause this video and try to understand this code and get the output. Okay, so if you understood the video, this is how it happens. Okay, so the thing about JavaScript is you need to keep in mind this thing that this code or every asynchronous code is not running directly. Like when you are going through this, and this is not running directly. This is going inside a queue. That queue then the event loop goes into that queue and then enqueues that or dequeues that callback from the queue and then execute it. This is not directly executed when it runs, but it runs one line by line exactly how you expect. But this is going into the queue, then this is executed. So in this function, for what will happen? First, this is the Microtask Queue. This is Macrotask Queue. First, setTimeout is a Macrotask function, so it will go inside setTimeout Macrotask Queue. Then there is a promise. What is happening in this promise? The promise is first resolved. Okay. After resolving, it is running a callback. That callback is running a console log. First, the Macrotask will go inside the promise will go inside the mic, right? After that, Microtask queueMicrotask function. This will also go inside the queueMicrotask. And then after all this, the event will kick in and check, is there a function in Microtask? Why Microtask first? Microtask first because the precedence of Microtask is higher than Microtask, right? So first it will check in Microtask, is there a function there? So it will see that there is a promise here. It will go and execute that promise. If you see in the response, you will see this. First is promise. Okay. After this, it will check is there another callback in the microtask queue. It will say yes, there is this microtask. Okay, this another thing. After executing this, this will run this then, and this then will again add a microtask to the microtask queue. After this, this get executed. This is goes away, and there is another promise that goes inside this. And after this, this one will execute, and you can see this in the output. Okay, and this get executed. After this, the callback that was enqueued in the microtask by this promise. After this, this promise get executed, and this promise has promise to console logged here. So now every task in the microtask queue is executed, and there is higher precedence of microtask, so this get always executed first. After that only the macrotask will be executed. So after all this, the macrotask queue kicks in and checks is there a task in the macrotask, and is there no, there is a set timeout and it runs the timer. This is how this will work. Okay, another question for you: how this will work? Try to see from the knowledge you understood and try to see the output. What will happen here? There is a set timeout that runs after 0 millisecond. Then there is a promise. Then there is another set timeout. Precedence of a promise is greater than set timeout. What will happen? Will this even run, or we will get A or C in output, or only B? And this is an infinite loop. Pause this video and try to run this or in your head, try run this in your head and check what will be the response here. Okay, if I run this, what will happen here is our code gets stuck in this B. What happened here? When the code starts running, set timeout runs, and this set timeout goes inside the Macrotask queue. You know this one queue that has less precedence. After this, the promise goes in the Microtask queue. Okay, and then another then this get queued, and then this one and this goes into the Macrotask queue. After this, the precedence of promise is higher, right? So this get executed first, and it console logs B, and it gets stuck in the infinite loop. So this does not get even an option to run again, and the whole code gets stuck here. This is how it works. So last and the toughest question here. Try to check how you understood this and are you able to do this. I hope you are able to see this. So what is happening here? First, we are console logging the start. First, pause this video and try to understand this. I'm zooming out a bit now. So you can zoom this in YouTube and try to wrap this around your head and see if this works or not. And if this works, what gets logged first? Pause this video and try to do this. Then I will explain the whole code to you. Okay. So what is happening here? First, there is a console log that logs start. So this will always run because this is a callback, right? So there is no problem in this one. The problem comes after this. First, there is a set timeout. Set timeout goes inside. Acha. Let's create a micro or Macrotask Queue to see what goes where. We do not get confused. This is our Microtask Queue, and this is our Macrotask Queue. So when our code runs, and let's add the log store. First, we will log start. There is no confusion in this. Log start will always be logged. After this, set timeout will go inside the Macrotask queue. No, Macrotask queue. Its presence is lower. Then promise. This is not running right now, right? This promise is not running right now. Only the higher or what we say. Only the code that comes first there and just queues inside the queue gets run and saved in the queues. After that, the event loop will kick in and run those callbacks. This promise goes inside the callback. Then queueMicrotask. This goes inside the Microtask queue. After that, there is just a if, and then there is end. So how will this run? To try it and understood, let's go through the log and see how this is running. This is the log. Let's see and check how this works and how this happens. First, there is start. There is no problem in this, right? This is a direct function. This is this function. So it will always run. It will not block the thread or go into the event loop or something. This will run just after the first execution. Then set timeout goes inside the Macrotask queue. Then this goes inside the Microtask queue. Then this goes inside the Microtask queue. After all this is the iffy, right? This runs immediately after it comes, after it is executed. So this is the first one that will get executed. So after that, async start is done here. Now this, what is happening here? Why is not async end directly getting dropped here? What is the problem? This await null. So if you understand JavaScript or if you are learning JavaScript for a long time, and even if you're not, this is what is happening here. Promise dot resolve null. What await is a wrapper around promise. So when you write await, this is also running a promise. This is not a separate entity. This is a wrapper around promise to give the to make the code a little bit cleaner to run. So this will run this. So what is happening here is this is also going inside the Microtask. Await null is gone inside the Macrotask queue. This is why it is not running right now. So what has run right now? Start, async start. Then this is going inside the Macrotask queue. After this, this goes inside the queue. The execution ends here of this promise, and this is not executed now, but this has gone inside the queue, and this function then exits, and after this is getting executed. Here you can see the end. After this, the promises one by one start getting executed. The first promise that was gone inside this was this promise. Okay. After this runs, it console logs promise one. This is easy. Okay. After this, another set timeout is going inside the Microtask Queue. So this is again going to the Macrotask. This will run after this then. So promise one get executed, and then after this, this is done, and this is set up inside the queue. After this, the second task in the queue, that is queueMicrotask, this get executed, and you can see the queueMicrotask log here. After this, async end. Where is async end? Okay. So why is async end here? So the await null that was setting the promise with only null here in the Macrotask queue. After this, the queueMicrotask is done executing, so this will run, and this gets logged here. So this code is done. Okay. So this much is timing. After this, the promise.resolve promise. So after this set, this is the this will come last. So after this, we are returning promise.resolve. Because we are returning this, now it will run. It will do this thing inside the Macrotask queue, this callback, and this callback goes inside the Macrotask queue, and after this gets executed, this I will not written it here, but this will get executed after this, and you can see timeout to right promise to like this. Now there is timeout 1 in the log. So if you see timeout, it means all the promises or all the high precedence tasks that gone inside the Macrotask queue are now executed. Now it is time for a Macrotask queue. Macrotasks always run because Macrotasks. You should always keep this in mind. All Macrotasks have run. Now there is time for the Macrotask to run. First Macrotask was this. If you remember, this was the first task that was set up inside the Macrotask queue. So this will run first and run this timeout, and timeout 1 will get logged here. Then there is another promise inside this, and this has higher precedence. So after this will run, then again promise goes inside the Macrotask queue, and this is higher precedence. So this will get again run. This will again executed first. So we see promise inside timeout again here, because promise has higher precedence than set timeout. After this, there is one more log, that is the one more timeout that was set up before this, and this was this one, and this gets logged in the last. So what you need to just keep in mind in the interview is that there are 3 types of functions or callbacks inside the worker. First, these 3 functions that goes inside the Macrotask queue. Macrotask queue has higher precedence, so every task that goes inside the Macrotask queue that will be executed first. and after that all these tasks. IO means fs dot read, fs dot write, these events, DOM events like event dot yeah, set event, get event, these type of events, set timeout, set interval, all the DOM events goes inside the Macrotask Queue, and so these will get executed secondary, and normal function will get executed immediately. There is no task. It's called the callback queue. Callback queue is the highest precedent queue, and this will get executed immediately. There is no stoppage here. So this is just you have to keep in mind. I hope you understand this video and what I tried to say to you all. Um, I forgot to change my screen. Real sorry. This is what I was trying to understand, that trying to make you understand that microtask queues always runs before macrotask. Macrotask always have the higher precedence over Macrotask queue, and this will always gets run first. This is second. This is third. If something goes inside this will always run and complete. After this is completed, then the chance of this. And this is the trick of all these interviews questions that goes inside this event loop and try to confuse you. Very easy. Okay. Good luck. Bye bye.